Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Brooke. If you are not familiar with me, we are a family of 5 living on one income. We homeschool, so a lot of my content is about homeschooling or about saving money and just, different kind of family stuff. I will definitely be getting into the homeschool stuff really soon. I'm looking at curriculum, so it's almost time to post those videos with the new curriculum. I haven't bought any yet, actually. It's crazy. I'd usually have already gotten something by now, but those videos are coming soon because the curriculum will be bought very, very soon. And then also, I will be doing an Easter basket video very soon, so be on the lookout for that one. If you saw I'll get into the zoo topic here in just a second, just doing a quick update. If you saw my post this past Tuesday, I let y'all know that I was not putting a video up. I'm trying to do every other Tuesday, but no promises on that. Like I said in the post, we just had a lot of stuff going on the last few weeks, and I just had not had time to sit down and record a video, as well as edit, take my notes for the videos. I try to come on here with a little bit of, an idea of what I'm going to say, so I just had not had time. We've had a lot going on, but I'm back, and hopefully we can keep that up. I've got a goal of 2 videos a month, like every other week. I have a few different ideas of what I wanted to do a video about today when I finally got to sit down and do one, but because I just got our new zoo membership cards in the mail and we've already made a trip to the zoo this year, it's on my mind. So I thought I would give you some tips and tricks and things that I have learned over the last few years of visiting the zoo with my family. The first few things are going to be just in general about like going to places like, anywhere you're going to be out for the day with your kids, just some tips that I have figured out that works good with my family. And then the last few are going to be tips specifically for the North Carolina Zoo in Asheboro, because that is the one that we go to. That is the one that we buy our membership through. And I'll tell y'all about that here in just a little bit. I don't know the age of your kids. Right now I have a 15-year-old, a 10-year-old, and a 3-year-old. But we have had memberships to the zoo for several years now. So we've taken all age kids to the zoo. And I hope Okay, I'm back. Everyone is at home today. I'm in my bedroom trying to record this video, but everybody else is out there. And I had to take a mom break to go wipe a hiney and sing Baby Shark while he was sitting on the toilet. So that took a few minutes. I'm back now. I don't remember where I was at. I think I was talking about the ages of my kids. I've got a 15-year-old, a 10-year-old, and a 3-year-old, the one that I just had to go take care of with his potty trip. I didn't have to. My husband's out there, but he's took care of the last several of those potty trips, so I figured I would help him out on this one. All right, so we have visited the zoo. We've had membership for several years. I don't even know the first year we got the membership, but we've done this a few times. And I'm going to just get straight into it. Like I said, a lot of these tips at the beginning are just in general for going different places. I mean, we've took the kids to different like parks and indoor outdoor museum type things. So anything where you're going to be walking a lot and just out and about with your kids, this would be helpful for that. So hopefully something here helps you. All right. The membership was the first thing on my list. I've got, like I showed you earlier, I've got a list here. The membership. North Carolina Zoo is part of let me get this right, the Association of Zoos and Aquariums, the AZA. So anything that is part of that association, and there are, let's see, I had my thing here. I think there are 12. This is the back of my letter that our membership came with. This is all the different places that are part of that association in the United States. In North Carolina, I believe I wrote down there were 12. If I'm wrong. Yep, there's 12 different locations in North Carolina that are part of that with your membership at the zoo, you either get some sort of discount. Usually it's at least 50% off. So half price what the normal membership is not membership to the other places. You buy the zoo membership, you get discounted entry. The tickets are discounted. So it's usually 50% off of all the different places, like places that we have visited. And one of the reasons that we do this every year is because we usually end up with at least one trip to the Fort Fisher area in North Carolina, where the aquarium is at Fort Fisher. But there are several different aquariums. The Sea Life Aquarium in the Concord Mills Mall in Concord, and I'm in North Carolina if you didn't know. This is all North Carolina stuff. The aquarium in the Concord Mills Mall is also part of that discount. You definitely need to call ahead before you visit any of these places with your membership to make sure that they're going to honor that, because they don't have to honor it. But we have gotten the discounts with all those. So one trip to the zoo and one trip to like one of the aquariums, or 2 trips to the zoo for the price that it would normally be for my family to go, the membership has already paid for itself. So whether it's the North Carolina Zoo or you're in another state, if there's a place that you were going to frequent like at least 2, 3, 4 times a year, check to see if they have a membership and check the prices against what you would pay if you paid to go 3 separate times or 4 separate times, whatever. I know homeschool, you can get discount like a homeschool day or whatever. So, figure that in if you're going to take advantage of the free homeschool day that some places have. Maybe it wouldn't be to your advantage if you're only going to use the free homeschool day one day and then only go one other time during the year. You just have to figure out what it's going to cost you if you go however many times you're figuring for the year versus the membership. But it always works out definitely better for us to do the membership because we will go to the zoo multiple times, and we will probably end up going to one of the aquariums at some point during the year membership. So it definitely works out to get the membership, and there's different perks that go with it for all different places. So wherever you're going, check the membership, check the perks to see if it's going to be in your advantage to do the membership. Don't expect to see everything wherever you're going. In my mind, I'm thinking the zoo. If you've got little kids, you've got to expect the unexpected and know that you might not get to see everything. Maybe make a checklist of what is your kid's most important thing that they want to see. Is there something that they've been hyped up about that, any of your kids in particular have been hyped up about? Get their checklist, see what they want to see, what's at the top of their list. Like when you're on your way or leading up to it a couple of days ahead of time, give me a list. Tell me what's your favorite thing. My 3-year-old, he can't really do that, but we know that he's really hyped up about something if he's like really if he's been talking about giraffes. We talk about going to the zoo and the first thing he says is giraffe. Then we know we probably need to make sure we see the giraffes while we're there to, because I want them to have a good time. I'll ask all of them, all my kids, what are you excited about? What do you want to see? So I get that marked off. But you might not see everything. If this is a special once a year thing and you want to see everything because you're not going back to wherever place you're going to, then maybe expect to see everything. But when you've got little kids, you just, like I said, expect the unexpected. There's going to be stuff pop up. Kids are going to get cranky. They're going to get tired. Stuff may take longer. It depends on the crowd at wherever you're going. So just be flexible. Don't freak out if you don't get to see everything. Let your kids know that they might not get to see everything, but try to go see their favorite things. Another tip, be familiar with the map of the area that you're going to. If it is a huge place, the North Carolina Zoo, I don't even know how many acres it is, but it's huge. There's a lot of walking. I know not a lot of zoos are like that. Stuff is a little bit closer together, not spaced out as much, but definitely be familiar with the map. Look it up ahead of time wherever you're going. If it's a park, botanical gardens, I'm thinking all the spring, summer stuff that everybody's going to be doing. Be familiar with it. Be familiar with where the bathrooms are for sure when you've got little kids. Be familiar where the entrance is, the exits, how long it's going to take to get from one place to another. If you've done that checklist thing with your kids and you know what they want to see, be familiar with point A to point B and all the stops in between that you're going to want to hit to make sure that you see all the things you want to see. Just be familiar with it so you don't get in there and it's just chaos and you're going one way and then back and backtracking and killing yourself trying to see all the things you need to see unnecessarily when follow the map, follow the directions, and save yourself some steps. Drinks and snacks. If you can take drinks and snacks in as members at the North Carolina Zoo, they don't really say anything about members taking in anything. So water bottles, definitely. And snacks, definitely for babies, like toddlers. Even if places say that you cannot take food or drink in, they will make an exception for littler kids, or if you've got kids with any kind of special needs, dietary things, baby formula, stuff like that. They're not going to turn you, 99.9% sure they're not going to turn you away for anything like that. And I have done this for years. In the diaper bag, I'll have granola bars or fruit snacks or Cheez-Its, Goldfish, something like that, snacks for my little ones. And I will split those with the big ones if we're going to wait and eat lunch later in the day and we're there early. I'll have the snacks thrown in the diaper bag and I'll distribute those to everybody if anybody needs a snack, beef jerky sticks and stuff like that. But yeah, most time the employees are not going to say anything if you've got snacks in a diaper bag for your kids. So we always do the drinks and the snacks. Water bottles, I make my kids carry their own backpacks so they have their own water bottles to carry, so that we're set on the snacks and drinks as much as we can be. Another one, comfortable shoes for sure. If you're going to be doing any amount of walking, make sure your kids wear comfortable shoes. If your kids are older and they dress themselves, double check behind them. Make sure that they are not, like a teenage girl, I want to wear my nice, pretty new shoes. Make sure they're not wearing new shoes that are not broken and are going to be uncomfortable. They need good socks, good shoes, comfortable walking stuff that they're not going to get blisters on their feet. If you've got a kid that just refuses to wear comfortable shoes and they think they're going to be fine, tell them to bring the extra pair just in case and make them carry it around in their book bag or something. Just, use your mom instincts and know when you need to override what their shoe wear choice is for the day. And even the little ones, you gotta, like my little boy, he might have a day where he thinks he needs to wear his cowboy boots. And I'm like, nope, I don't think that's a good idea. So if he's going to have a freak out, I'll let him put his boots on the way there, and then we'll change when we get there to his tennis shoes. But definitely comfortable shoes for yourself and your kids. Get there as early as possible. That is not always a thing. I put this down, but, that's just telling myself you need to get there early. We end up getting to the zoo at like 10:30 some days, 11 o'clock. And that's not good for wanting to see everything. But we are a little bit more relaxed on it because we do go several times throughout the year. So if we only do half the zoo, if you know how North Carolina Zoo is, you got the North America side and the Africa side. So if we only do one side and then we go back a couple weeks later and do the other side, that's fine with us. So getting there a little bit later, we're a little bit more relaxed with that. But if you're doing a, once a year kind of trip and you want to see everything, you need to plan ahead and get there early. Parking is a lot easier when you get there early too. This kind of goes along with the being familiar with the map thing. I put down to have mandatory bathroom breaks. For sure, when you first get there, go ahead and bathroom break. I mean, everybody with kids, anybody that's had kids for a while, bathroom breaks are a must. And you got kids that get really excited and maybe don't even think about needing to go to the bathroom. And they're like, I'm fine. Mandatory bathroom breaks so that you don't get in the middle of a long walking path where there's no bathrooms to go to and they got to go. So mandatory bathroom breaks when you're near the bathrooms. If you've got smaller ones, you need to think about what's going to be comfortable for them when they get tired of walking, because it will probably happen. My son turned 3 in December, and we still have his big stroller, like the one that the baby carrier fits down into. We still have that one, and then we have what they call the little umbrella strollers. I don't know what the other term is for that, but it's the smaller one. We have both of those depending on where we're going. We'll use either one, but we still use, you can see the cat. This is Abyss, my oldest daughter's fat cat. Like I said, we used the big stroller this past time because it has the pocket in the bottom of it, so we can put like our little cooler for lunch right there. Or we went when it was a little bit chilly, so everybody had jackets, so we were throwing jackets in the bottom of it. If you're gonna have if you've got one of those wagon things, make sure that is set and ready to go, packed up in the car for you to go. Just be ready for your younger kids to not want to walk if you got a lot of walking set to do for the day. And make sure you got whatever they're going to be riding in ready to go. The zoo and most places, you can call ahead and check ahead, do rent strollers. I'm wanting to say the rental for strollers at the North Carolina Zoo was either $12 or $18 a day. I would have to look that up. We've never rented it because we always take our own, but they do have that option. It's at the gift shops when you go in, and I think you can drop them off, pick them back up at the other gift shops or something. I'm not 100% on that, but it is at the gift shops on either side, either entrance, that you can get those strollers at. Another tip, don't be in a rush. If you are not going to see everything, if you get there early, you can kind of take your time. When your kids are only interested, and I have figured this out, when they're really interested in something, let them look at it. Let them stay there. Let them read the signs. Zoos and museums and things always have, the informational stuff there at the exhibits. So if they're really into the grizzly bear at the time, but there's a crowd of people, or there's not a crowd of people, and you want to hurry up and get to the next place, whatever. If your brain is thinking, and I've had to tell myself this, if your brain is thinking, we got to go, we got to get to the next thing. We've seen the grizzly bear, let's go. I say grizzly bear because I remember standing and watching the bear this last time at the zoo. If your kids are into it, just let them take it in. Because you're going to get to the next exhibit and maybe the animal's not going to be out, and they're going to be like, okay, let's go to the next one. Or they're just not going to be interested in it at all, and you're going to rush past that one. If they're really interested in it, stay, let them look, let them take their time. Because that's kind of, what you're there for. Yeah, you're there to see stuff, but if they're really interested in it, and they're wanting to learn about it. That's kind of what the trips are for. And I'm talking to myself on this one. So slow down, let them enjoy the things that they are interested in, and then move on, and don't stress out about taking too long in one spot. Wherever you're going, check the website. If they've got Facebook, Instagram, whatever, look to see if they give you information. At the North Carolina Zoo, during, like, especially during the summer, in the high traffic times, they will post if their parking lots are full, because they have the North America parking first, and then you go to the Africa side parking. And when the North America side is full, they will usually post it on like Facebook or Instagram and say, you know, parking is full, move down to Africa. So if you're getting there a little bit late, and you think the parking lots might be full, pull up whatever social media, pull up their website and check and see if they've posted anything about that. And then also to get wherever you're going, to see if they do like different events, or like the North Carolina Zoo does quiet days, like sensory quiet days once a month. Just check the events. Check ahead of time. If you know you're going and you're having time to plan, check the website to see if there's a certain date that's going to work better for you according to whatever events they've got going on. Check the zoo has the feeding times for the different animals. If your kids are really into something in specific and you can get there at that exhibit at that time that, you know, the feeding's going to be happening, or whatever the case is, you know, get familiar with the website and their social medias. You might even find discounts or something if you're following them that way. But definitely check the website's social medias ahead of time to see if there's any surprises that you might miss before you get there. Especially that parking thing in the summer, if you're going when it's high traffic, for any type of event, you know, or place, the museum, zoo, whatever, you know, they may give updates about something being full, or wait times being really long, or, you know, closures or whatever. So definitely check that before you go. All right, my next ones are specific to the North Carolina Zoo. Did you know that they have a new continent? They're going to have Asia. They're building it. They've been building it for a while now. They don't have a specific date set to open, but 2026 is their date. I have some video of some of the construction that I saw going on the last time we were there. I'll pop it in here for a second. They are really close. It looks like, you know, the stuff that's visible where they have rerouted some of the walking paths and the tram things to get back to the different parking areas. What you can see, it looks like they're pretty close. I would say early 2026 for sure. If it's going to be pushed out to next year, to 2026, because this is March 2025 right now that I'm recording this, my guess is that it's going to be early 2026 that they'll have that open. And they're going to have tigers. They've already got their Komodo dragon. It's in the desert area right now. It's in an enclosure there. They're going to have different kind of monkeys. They've got a whole list. If you go to their website, you'll see the whole list of different kind of animals that they're going to have. I think they're going to have another like bird. Oh, what was the thing called that they closed at the zoo? Oh my goodness, the word's just escaping me. But I think they're going to have one of those enclosures where you go in and the birds are all flying around. I cannot believe I'll think of that word here in a second. Just blurt it out when I'm doing something else, or when I'm talking about something else. All right, so yeah, new to the North Carolina Zoo is the Asia continent that they're going to be having. Let's see, zoo specific, something that we do just about every time now, and it saves us steps. It saves us our strength of pushing a stroller uphill. The North Carolina Zoo is known for having a lot of uphill, and they even have signs where it's like, you know, all downhill from here. But if you take the tram to the middle, so you've got North America, you got Africa, and then you've got the junction in the middle. From the junction out to each entrance, it's mostly downhill. So if you get to the North America entrance and you start and you work your way to the junction, you're going to be doing a lot of uphill stuff. So we don't do that. We start at whichever entrance. The Africa entrance is usually closed, I think during the winter, or at least it has been during this winter. So check to see. That was another thing about checking the websites. The Africa entrance is closed right now. You can see everything, but you just can't enter through the Africa section. So what we do is whichever one we go to, we will immediately take the tram from inside. You have to get inside. They have a tram that takes you parking lot to parking lot, and then they have trams that take you entrance to junction, junction to entrance, you know, like that. So we will go from one entrance to the junction as soon as we get there, and then we walk back to that entrance, and we'll do lunch. Depending on what times, you know, we may try to uphill it to the junction and then downhill it to the other entrance. But just saying, if you go to the junction and go out toward the entrance, it's more downhill. So if you're good with taking the shuttles, my kids like taking the shuttles. It's fun. It's the open air tram type thing, so they like doing that. So we will do that. we go from entrance to the junction in the middle and then work our way to whichever entrance. But when you do that, you got to be ready. If you've got a stroller, a wagon, or whatever, you have to fold that stuff up. So if you've got stuff, stuffed in the pockets everywhere or down in the bottom, or you got a wagon with all kind of loose stuff in it, you got to be prepared when you get on the tram that they're going to fold that stuff up. So we usually have everything thrown, make sure everything is wearable. So we throw stuff on our shoulders, if we've got a big lunchbox or whatever, the diaper bag, everybody's got their backpacks on. So we make sure everything is in our hands. Cups, if you've got the souvenir cups, which I'll talk about in a second, make sure everything's out and you're ready to fold that stuff up, because they will fold it up, put it in the tram, and then you unfold it when you get to where you're going. So make sure you know how to fold and unfold whatever thing you are taking. Be familiar with your wagon, your stroller, whatever. Be familiar with it so you know how to quickly unfold and fold, because that can be embarrassing. Something with the membership that is members only, they have a quiet eating area on either side. We've only ever used the North America side. They have a members only picnic area, and I've almost don't even want to tell y'all about this because it's always so quiet and there's never anybody there. And it's like pretty much having it to ourselves. So either a lot of people don't get memberships, or a lot of people have memberships and don't realize that there is this separate eating area. So we'll go on days when it is packed. The junction where all the eating areas are, where all the picnic tables are, will be jam-packed. And we will make our way to the North America members only area, go through that side gate, walk over there, and there is nobody there. You can hear the noise of the people walking around, but it is so quiet and peaceful. That is so great for my stressed out brain when we've been walking through the zoo with tired kids or cranky kids, or, my 3-year-old having to go to the bathroom, changing diapers, just, I appreciate that mental break and the quietness and not having to worry about my kids running around all the strangers, and they can just kind of walk around in this little quiet area. So there are 2 member-only picnic areas. One is, they're behind the gift shops in the North America side, and the other one says it's at the Africa behind the gift shop. But again, I've never used it because we always, the way we do our, trammed parking lot kind of thing, we always end up at the North America side. But one day we will look at that Africa side of the picnic area. And again, because of the members-only picnic area being like inside the zoo, more so than the general picnic area, they don't say anything when members take in lunch boxes. So you can, and members have their own entrance. You don't go through the main, there's like 6 or 7 lines to enter the zoo, but there is a members only line. When you go through there, they've never said anything to us about taking in our big cooler or anything, because we're going to that picnic area. And we pack small, so we don't even go back out to the car to get like a big cooler or anything. We just carry it. I've got like one from work that's a big, like 14-inch maybe, soft cooler that's got the shoulder strap, so we'll stick that in the bottom of the stroller. It's not super heavy, and we just take it in when we go in to begin with. But if you're going back out to the car, you let them know. I don't know if they stamp you or give you a wrist bracelet, but if you're going out, they give you that to come back in. Even though if you're membership, you don't have to pay to get back in. But anyway, if you're leaving to go get coolers or whatever and coming back in, they'll stamp you so they know you've already entered. When you're at the junction, if you are not familiar with the North Carolina Zoo, they have a butterfly garden and they have a carousel. I might be missing something. I think that's the 2 things that are at the junction that's extra, and you have to pay extra for that. It's like $2 a person, I think. But they have a little ticket booth, so don't go like straight up to the butterfly garden. Sometimes there's a line trying to get in there. They do not pay, or they do not charge you right there. They don't take your money, so don't wait in line to enter and not have your ticket. So there's a little ticket booth to the, I'm not even sure, like if you're looking at the butterfly thing, go to the left, and the ticket booth is down there, and that's where you pay for the carousel or the butterflies, and get your ticket, and then go to those places, and you'll hand them your ticket there. Otherwise, you'll waste your time waiting in line and won't be able to get in. So get your tickets first, then go to the different little attractions that are right there. Binoculars. If you've got binoculars, my kids love, we bought binoculars several years ago. We use them when we go to the beach, in the mountains. We'll take them to the zoo. They have those stands that you have to put the quarters in that you can see, like, I don't know, like the buffaloes, where the elephants, giraffes are. They have those stands where you put the quarter in and you stand up and look through it. It's like the big, huge silver thing. We don't use those because we take our own binoculars. Maybe get your kids their own set of binoculars, and that will kind of keep them occupied, and they won't be fighting over the one set like we do. Okay, give me just a second. I'm going to go run and grab one of our, we call it a souvenir cup. Hang on just a second. All right, this is the souvenir cup that you can buy at the zoo. It comes with the lid. They don't have straws at the zoo. It's got a sippy lid. It's a heavy-duty cup. You're probably not supposed to put it in the dishwasher, but I do. I put it in top rack. You can hand wash it if you want to. But these are really good cups. Okay, got interrupted again. I'm back. I was talking about the cup. So prices are crazy if you're buying food and drink at any kind of attraction place. During the summer, we're thirsty and we like having soft drink. We are a soft drink kind of family. We definitely take water, and they have free water refills that you can do, like different water fountain type things. But if you want a soft drink and you're going to buy more than two, or more than one, if you're going to buy at least two, and then you can take these back if you got multiple trips. This cup itself, and I didn't update my prices. When I first wrote this, I think this was $7.99. It might be a dollar or more now than it was when I wrote down those notes. But I think $7.99 to get this cup, as is with the drink in it. But you can take your cup back and get it refilled, and it was $2.99. Like I say, I may be a dollar off. It may be a little bit more now. But if you're going to get a regular drink and you're going to buy 2 or 3, if you've got several kids and you're going to buy a soft drink for them and they don't want to share, and you're going to buy at least 2 or 3 drinks, it is definitely worth it to get the souvenir cup, and then only have to pay for the refill price. During the summer, they do ices, and it's $1 more to get the icy refill versus a regular refill. And I think they changed it because we've done this for several years. It used to be that the same cup, you could either get a regular drink or an icy refill in it. But I think they might have an actual icy cup that you have to pay for to get refills in. I may be wrong on that. I should have looked into that, and I'm sure I'll find out here in a few months when we're going to the zoo when it's really hot and the kids are wanting ices. But getting the ices also in the summertime, the ice stays in these pretty good. So like if you take your own drink and you want it to be, colder, drink the icy until there's still just ice left in there, and then pour your drink in on top of that ice, and it stays colder longer. So definitely worth it to get these. It's definitely been worth it for us to get these souvenir cups, or souvenir cups. Let's see, I didn't have a whole lot more. What did I miss? The North Carolina Zoo, I had already mentioned about like keeping up with the website, but they definitely have their own. They've got a Facebook, they've got the website itself. They do different events throughout the year, so definitely check that website, and I will put a link to the website, a link to the members. I'm not affiliated or getting any kickback from this whatsoever. We just really enjoy going to the zoo. So I will put a link to the zoo's website, and then for the membership. Oh, I was going to tell you about the membership. Okay, so with the membership, you get your card, and you have to pay an extra $5 for the card. The price for the membership, that's what I was going to go over. All right, so they got different levels. The individual membership, and you can either buy a 1-year or a 2-year. The individual is $69, and that gets you entry as many times as you want to in a 365-day period. So if you're going to go more than 2 or 3 times just as an individual, it's worth it for the membership. If you're any of these, it's worth it. If you're going to go more than 2 or 3 times, it's worth it. Companion, that gets 2 people, or like you can take yourself plus 1 person, or I think you can just make it like you and your spouse. I don't know if you have to put mandatory when you're doing the companion. That means it's like individual plus 1. So I don't know if you're doing the spouse thing, if you have to put the names. But anyway, it's entry for 2 people. Plus you get the magazine. This just came with our new cards. So this was the spring edition of the Alive magazine. You get the members only picnic areas. You get that discount at all the different reciprocal zoos and aquariums. I'm trying to think if I think of what the other one was, I'll tell you. And then you have, did I say the price? $89 a year for the companion. That's 2 people. The family, which is what we do, is $109 per year. But if you figure our 3 kids plus 2 adults to go more than twice, it's definitely worth it to do that for us. So the family is 2 adults plus however many kids under 18 you have in your household. So yeah, for us, 3 kids, 2 adults, it's worth it. That one is $109. If you get the membership, they will send you a reminder before your membership ends to renew, and you get I think it was $15 cheaper. So ours was $109. I got $15 off. I paid $5 more for the extra card, just in case we lose a card. So it was $99, I think. for us. Yeah, $99. I paid actually $94 because I had the discount, and then the $5 for the extra card, so it was $99. Then you can do grandparents. So it's the same thing as the family. So you get the 2 adults, and instead of just kids, you get however many grandkids. I don't know on the grandparent one if you have to list the kids. So like on the family one, I had to list mine and my husband's names and then our kids' names, or at least or maybe the number of kids, maybe not their names, but I think I had to put the number of kids. So with the grandparent one, you may have to put how many kids you're bringing with you. And they do count. When we went in last time, my son was not sitting in his stroller yet. He was walking, holding my hand, because we were going to get on the tram as soon as we went in. And the lady was looking. She thought we had an extra kid, like in the stroller. She thought we had 4 kids instead of 3. And I had to, say hello. Hello. So I had to explain that he was walking. He wasn't in the stroller. So they do look. They, can't be trying to sneak in extra people. Oh, come here. Sit down. Okay. And then they have one called Zookeeper that gets you all the family benefits plus 2 guests and a license plate, North Carolina license plate. And then they have a Curator that's $300 a year. It's all of that plus 3 guests. So you have the family plus you can bring 3 people every time. And that one is $300. And then they have life memberships, and they have like memberships that businesses can do. There's all kinds of memberships. So just see if there's one that fits you. Let's see. This was my letter. I think I covered everything. This was the letter that came with our new cards. Let's see here. So this is what the card looks like. I'm just covering up our personal information. Oh, that might not clear up. So you get the date, you get however many kids on there. If you can see that, it says family. No, sir. It says total members 5, number of children 3. So they count. And we got 2 cards because I figured I would end up losing one. So we've got 2. So the cards come with that. Let's see if I missed anything. Free or half price admission to more than 150 zoos and aquariums across the United States. And then this was the list of all of them, so you can check. Free subscription to the societies. It's North Carolina Zoo Society, I think is what they called. Yeah, NC Zoo Society. So, and then exclusive invitations to members only events. I forgot about that. They do like camps and different events throughout the year, or they'll do like members only nighttime visits. They'll do seasonal things, holiday type events, and you get discounts on that if you're a member. Let's see. Please check to see your card is correct. Costing changes. You will be asked. You will be asked to show your member card and picture identification. Yes. So every time I go in, I have to show my card and I have to show my license because they check the names. So make sure when you're going in that you know where your wallet is, so you know you got your driver's license and your zoo card. Trying to think. Oh, and this is tax deductible. I've never put this on my taxes because I never thought about it, but it's got a little blurb down here that the zoo is a 501c3 organization, nonprofit. So your membership is tax deductible. And it's got a little form on there for you. I think that is it. Get down. Nope. All right, I think we're done. I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions about the zoo or anything, look down in the comments. I'm going to put links to the website. We will see you in the next video. Say bye.